Throughout history, humanity has been captivated by individuals claiming to possess a window into the future. These seers, prophets, and oracles, often shrouded in mystery, have left behind cryptic messages and predictions. Baba Vanga and Nostradamus stand out for their eerie prophecies and the fascination they hold. Both rose to prominence for their purported ability to see beyond the veil of time. Their visions converge on a chillingly similar prediction for the year 2025, a devastating war in Europe. As we stand on the precipice of the future, their shared vision takes on a new sense of urgency. Baba Vanga, who died in 1996, is said to have predicted a multitude of global events, from the rise of ISIS to the Chernobyl disaster. Her visions for 2025 paint a bleak picture for Europe, foretelling a conflict that will plunge the continent into chaos and destruction. The details remain shrouded in her characteristic ambiguity, but the overarching theme of war and suffering is clear. Nostradamus, writing in the 16th century, is no less ominous in his predictions. His cryptic quatrains, collected in his famous book, Les Prophecies, have been scrutinized for centuries, with interpretations ranging from the assassination of JFK to the French Revolution. For 2025, some interpretations of his writings point towards a major conflict in Europe, potentially involving a great war that will reshape the geopolitical landscape. While the specific triggers and players in this predicted conflict remain unclear, the convergence of these two seemingly disparate figures on the theme of war in Europe is unsettling. Their shared vision raises profound questions about the nature of prophecy, the cyclical patterns of history, and the possibility of altering a preordained fate. Born in Bulgaria in 1911, Vangelia Pandeva Gushtarova, later known as Baba Vanga, lived a life shrouded in mystery and intrigue. Blinded at a young age, she claimed that her loss of sight was a catalyst for the development of her extraordinary abilities. According to her followers, she developed a heightened sense of perception, allowing her to see into the future and communicate with the dead. Vanga's fame spread throughout the Balkans and beyond, attracting a diverse following that included heads of state, celebrities, and ordinary people seeking guidance and insight into the future. Her predictions, often delivered in cryptic pronouncements, covered a wide range of topics, from natural disasters and political upheavals to personal tragedies and triumphs. While many of her prophecies remain open to interpretation, her followers point to a high degree of accuracy in her past predictions. The sinking of the Russian submarine Kursk, the September 11th attacks, and the 2004 Indian Ocean tsunami are just a few of the events that some believe she accurately foresaw. Michel de Nostradam, better known as Nostradamus, was born in France in 1503. A physician, astrologer, and reputed seer, he gained notoriety for his book Les Prophéties, a collection of 942 poetic quatrains that he claimed foretold future events. Written in a mix of French, Latin, and Greek, and shrouded in symbolism and allegory, Nostradamus's quatrains have captivated and confounded readers for centuries. Nostradamus's supporters point to his accurate predictions of historical events, such as the Great Fire of London, the rise of Adolf Hitler, and the French Revolution, as evidence of his prophetic abilities. His writings, they argue, provide a roadmap of future events, albeit one that requires careful decipherment. However, critics argue that his prophecies are too vague and open to interpretation, often applied retroactively to fit events that have already occurred. Despite the ongoing debate surrounding the validity of his predictions, Nostradamus remains a figure of enduring fascination, his name synonymous with prophecy and the allure of the unknown. The fact that both Baba Vanga and Nostradamus, separated by centuries and vastly different cultural backgrounds, arrived at a similar prediction for 2025 is a chilling coincidence that warrants further examination. Could it be that these two individuals, both revered for their purported ability to see beyond the veil of time, were granted a glimpse of the same catastrophic future? Their shared vision of a war-torn Europe, while lacking in specific details, raises profound questions about the nature of prophecy and the possibility of altering a predetermined fate. If their predictions are to be believed, what steps can be taken to avert disaster and chart a different course for the future? Some believe that prophecies are not set in stone, but rather serve as warnings, offering a chance to change course and avoid potential pitfalls. Others view them as glimpses into a fixed destiny, unchangeable and inevitable. Regardless of one's stance on the matter, The convergence of these two figures on such a dire prediction for Europe is a sobering reminder of the fragility of peace and the ever-present potential for conflict. To assess Baba Vanga and Nostradamus' predictions for 2025, we must examine their past prophecies. Baba Vanga's followers cite her prediction of the Chernobyl disaster. She is also credited with predicting the 9/11 attacks. Nostradamus' proponents point to his prediction of the Great Fire of London. His quatrain "Blood will rain from the sky" is linked to the fire. While skepticism is warranted, the eerie accuracy of some predictions lends credibility. The significance of Baba Vanga and Nostradamus' shared vision of war in Europe cannot be overstated, particularly in the context of current global tensions. Europe, already grappling with the ongoing conflict in Ukraine and a resurgence of nationalism, finds itself at a crossroads. The potential for escalation and the spillover of conflict into a wider war is a sobering reality that cannot be ignored. The predictions of these two seers, regardless of one's belief in their validity, serve as a stark reminder of the fragility of peace and the ever-present potential for conflict in our world. Their warnings should not be taken lightly, but rather serve as a call to action, a reminder of the importance of diplomacy, understanding, and the pursuit of peaceful solutions to global conflicts. The year 2025 may seem far off, but the seeds of conflict are often sown years, even decades, in advance. Addressing the root causes of instability, promoting dialogue and cooperation, and fostering a culture of peace are essential steps in mitigating the risk of fulfilling these chilling prophecies. Section 8. Skepticism and Belief, Navigating the Realm of the Unknown. The world of prophecy is fraught with skepticism, and rightfully so. The human mind is wired to seek patterns, and it's all too easy to find connections and meaning where none exist. The vague and symbolic language often employed by seers like Baba Vanga and Nostradamus only adds to the difficulty of separating genuine foresight from coincidence or clever interpretation. However, dismissing all prophecies as mere superstition would be intellectually dishonest. Throughout history, there have been individuals who exhibited uncanny abilities to predict future events, often with startling accuracy. Whether these abilities stemmed from heightened intuition, psychic gifts, or some other unexplained phenomenon remains a subject of debate. When confronted with predictions of future events, it's crucial to approach the subject with a healthy dose of skepticism, tempered with an open mind. Blind faith can be just as dangerous as outright dismissal. Critical thinking, careful analysis, and a willingness to consider alternative explanations are essential tools for navigating the murky waters of prophecy and the unknown. Section 9. The Power of Interpretation, Unraveling Cryptic Messages. One of the primary challenges in assessing the validity of prophecies lies in the interpretation of their often cryptic and symbolic language. Both Baba Vanga and Nostradamus communicated their visions in a manner that is open to multiple interpretations, making it difficult to pinpoint specific events or timelines. Their pronouncements, often shrouded in allegory and metaphor, require careful decoding, taking into account the historical context in which they were written and the potential for linguistic and cultural nuances. The same prophecy can yield vastly different interpretations depending on the reader's background, beliefs, and the specific lens through which they choose to view the material. The inherent ambiguity of prophetic language raises questions about the role of interpretation in shaping our understanding of the future. Do we impose our own biases and expectations onto these cryptic messages, molding them to fit our preconceived notions? Or do these prophecies contain genuine insights into the future, awaiting the right interpreter to unlock their true meaning? Can we alter destiny's course? The debate on changing a preordained future has raged for centuries. Are we pawns in a cosmic game, or do we possess the free will to alter our course? Can we defy fate and create a different future? Some see prophecies as warnings, allowing for intervention. By heeding these warnings, we can potentially avert disaster. Others view prophecies as glimpses into a fixed destiny. Regardless, the prophecies of war in Europe should serve as a call to action. We must strive for peace and address the root causes of conflict. Section 11. Conclusion. A time for vigilance, a time for hope. The prophecies of Baba Vanga and Nostradamus, particularly their shared vision of a war-torn Europe in 2025, are undeniably unsettling. As we stand on the precipice of the future, their prophecies should not be taken lightly. Instead, they should serve as a call to action, a reminder of the importance of diplomacy and the pursuit of peaceful solutions. We have the power to shape our destiny, to choose hope over fear, and to create a world where peace prevails.